Do 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 do. It's me, the video game reviewer. Gonna take you back to the past to review these games on PSNP. It didn't rhyme, but yeah, funny times. 774. Ooh, we're almost up to the big 777 on the song references. Howdy, everybody. Last we left off, we had previously finished Neva, and here I could scroll up top here, of course. In terms of like streams, anyway, we should say. I'd finished the prologue and secret ending for Neva, and was thinking to myself we would finish Big Walk. This was otherwise going to be a stream for the big 500 platinums. It did not turn out to be the case because we still have a few more things to collect in Big Walk, so that means we're not finishing that. We're not finishing that though in the way I wanted to. So instead, after this stream, I've already been partially working on it, but doing the sequel to Sam & Max Save the World, which is the second game, of course, the second season. Sam & Max Beyond Space and Time. So I haven't earned a trophy in it yet, because I haven't had too much time to do it, because I was doing Peak with friend of the stream Johnny Mortem yesterday. It's a whole thing. So, fun times to be had, of course. But we're here to... because I know we're not going to be able to do every single game on this list. At least I don't believe so. So I figured, hey, this is a way to, like, delay it a little bit by continuing on with the ratings of games. Last we left off on part 12. So check out YouTube. I have it in a playlist. You can watch all the parts where I rank everything else. From as I scroll through here, you can see games upon games upon games upon games upon games upon even more games. I'll just scroll. I will slowly scroll through these, or will medium speed scroll through these, as I'm talking here to get an idea of like, hey, if you want to see my thoughts on any of these other ones, check out the other videos in the playlist. And this will show up, I'm sure, on YouTube probably like on the 19th or something, if I had to guess, of August. So we shall see. But as I slowly get through the rest of these, the last one we left off on was Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, which was Platinum 398, I believe. So we were just getting up to Platinum 400, but I stopped because I had a lot more things to say, I'm sure, about the two games that came afterwards, which were A, Epic Mickey Rebrushed, and B, the 400th game, or 400th Platinum, which was Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. So we can definitely get into that, as I almost reached the point of scrolling up all the way through, just to showcase the ones I've done in the past, of course. And there's something else I'm going to be doing too, I guess. Okay, we've made it up to here. There's one other thing I'm going to be doing soon. When I hit 500 platinums, the idea... Hey, how you doing, Zombie? How you doing, Tim? I'm doing well on my own. When I finally get to 500 platinums, the idea is going to... Oh yeah, hold on. I was supposed to be playing music this whole time. Let me fix that up. This is going to be the soundtrack to the video game VVVVVV. So... that's just the power-up sound, but most of these are going to be actual music tracks. If it's too loud or too quiet, let me know. This is the only music that's going to be playing in the background. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a tier maker listing that has just the platinums alone by themselves in order of the when I got the platinums, and so I'll rank those in like an S, A, B, C, D, F tier sort of situation. But for now, these are just like general vibes as we go through. This also includes games that are not platinums so like games I either A, didn't finish platinuming, or B, games that I'm talking about the DLC in them as well, whereas like in the platinum tier list shit, I won't be games that don't have a platinum to begin with, like a Peggle or something like that. So yeah, like I said, we last left off on Advanced Warfare. So next one is going to be Epic Mickey Rebrushed. Are we ranking off the game as you personally liked it, or just the platinum experience? This is just how I feel about the game overall. I include both. Trophy hunting does matter for the enjoyment if I'm trophy hunting the game. but it's not the only thing that matters. You'll get a vibe for it as I do these. So we can start with Epic Mickey, for example. Uh, without knowing too much about Epic Mickey, there's essentially here we can look at the roadmap here. So stage 1 is painting, like the paint or the thinner run, depending. You can do one run as the paint run, another run as the oh, this has a bunch of state. Okay, it's weird how they did this. This is a little bit more involved than it probably should be. But anyway, yeah, there's a thinner route for this. Essentially, there's two different moves you can do. You can paint in things or thin things, which is cool for like the game. The game is really, really cool. But it's a very annoying aspect to try to earn everything in the game. Not even just for trophies, but also collectibles like concept arts and pins and such. Because there's some that are locked to certain playthroughs of the game. Okay, this is a little bit too loud on my end. Let's see. Let's lower the volume just a little bit here. There we go. If it's, let me know if the volume matters more after that point. But yeah, that was a bit much on my end. It's flaring my ears out. But yeah, essentially when it comes to these, so like certain pins are locked behind certain choices, and there's a lot of choices in Epic Mickey that it matters in the sense that like you will go to an area and often you will only be in that area one time, and that's it. You will never go back to that area again, which is annoying from like a collection purpose. And you don't necessarily need to get all the concept art. Like it's not actually required for the game. But it is just like something I want because I like collecting things. Concept art's cool. Same thing with like the pins and such. But in terms of the trophy hunting aspect, why this would matter would be something like, say, okay, where's a good example? Like the heart one. Which one's the heart one? Okay, here's an example. Help all versions of P and repair all animatronics. So like you can only do that in a playthrough essentially where you paint everything in. So like you would have to do that. So if you mess up anything on the paint or thinner aspects, then you know you're shit out of luck on that. Likewise, if I can find one that has the heart one specifically here. Fully upgrade Mickey's heart containers. That can only happen on a painting playthrough because there's one specific one that you need to put an animatronic together to get a heart, or to like get the animatronic to tell you about like something for like a key, and then you open it and then you can like give this locket thing you find to Oswald, and then that gets you a heart. So you're only able to do that on that one type of playthrough. And because there's not like multiple save files, if you go past that point in the game, you're just like fucked, essentially. Which I was on that sort of aspect. So this game is very annoying to do blind. So there's like little like recommendations I would give to people while still keeping it mostly blind. But yeah, some of that gets rather irritating. Another one of them that was actually really irritating and it almost ruined my entire playthrough was which one is it exactly? Okay, the thwart the Mad Doctor's plan. This feels like a boss fight before the boss fight. Like you don't actually fight the boss here. It's just more of a puzzle thing. And the problem with the puzzle thing is that it's like, okay, you have to paint some certain things in, or thin some certain things, and you end up filling up your meter. But like I wasn't at the boss fight yet, so I wasn't thinking this is like a boss fight like the other ones. The game doesn't really indicate that to you. So I actually got the thinner upgrade. And if I wouldn't have closed app the exact point I did, just as a Hail Mary to try to get back into it, and it reloaded from like the beginning of the room, I would have failed that entire run and would have had to redo the whole game up to that point. Which is just fucking insane that they have it set like that. Very annoying. Also, one of the collectibles just like bugged out on me. It's known to bug out sometimes. It's like I literally cannot, even with like multiple New Game Plus playthroughs, I never have a chance to get every collectible. It's literally impossible for me because one of them bugged out on the first go, and so it bugs out on every go for it. So in terms of game, like I want to give it like a 7.5 or an 8. because as much as I enjoy the game a lot, it's just fucking irritating. Like, I actively was upset for like the rest of that, like the next like couple, like hour and a half, 2 hours of that playthrough. After that point, like it genuinely affected the mood of my playing the game on it. So that was rather irritating from the paint playthrough. Fender went a lot better, but yeah. So that's probably like about the rating I would give it. Like, fantastic game, but essentially you just have to, like, I guess, like, for any sort of like completionist, even if they're not trophy hunting, just like wants to grab everything, you're probably gonna have a rough time. Next one is Platinum 400, Melody and Memory. It's funny, I'm just getting to these on the... I post on Blue Sky, not daily, but like I try to do it pretty regularly, about like listing, you know, like, here's a screenshot of some of these games. And then like I give like a really short summary of these. I just today, as I'm posting this, did one that included Minecraft, PS3, and the Killer Frequency Platinums. So the fact that I'm catching up to that point now with this type of stream is interesting, because I've just had these few games, like the games have been on my mind very recently because of the fact that I've been making like posts on Blue Sky about them. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts Melody and Memory. I love Kingdom Hearts as a series. I definitely wanted one of the Kingdom Hearts games to be a milestone platinum, as in one of the 100 platinums, 100, 200, 300, etc., etc. And I had all the other platinums already at that point, so it had to be Melody and Memory. Or I had to buy like an Asian stock of Hearts 3, which is really weird. That only this game got like a secondary stack, like that was regional, but I'm just gonna do that because it's a pain in the ass to do. So Melody and Memory was. I love the game. Yeah, I mean, rhythm games are cool. The few of them I've played, and I like that, you know, there's some cool like fighting aspects to it while you're playing. It's neat. I think that it is kind of odd the way they do it a little bit, because there'll be like a section, like, they repeat the songs that you play twice, essentially, for most of the songs. And so the first song, like the first go through of the song, will maybe focus on one aspect of the song, and in the second part will focus on like a different aspect of the song. So like there's a different like rhythm as you're going through, which does keep things interesting, but it does mean that you're even if you know the song well, you're probably not getting, like, especially the harder versions like Proud, you're probably not doing as well the first few times around, because you have to get used to like the weird aspects of it changing, like what parts they're focusing on, whether it's like you know, drums, or whether it's like, I don't know, violin part or something, like whatever though. That said, I enjoy it, and as a Kairi stan, you know, I'm always glad to see more Kairi story stuff happening, even if it's only like 15 minutes worth of content. Unfortunately, I mean, you know, I guess since mentioning Kairi, although this isn't the same voice actor, they changed the voice actor after Kingdom Hearts 2 and I think Birth by Sleep, but the original Kairi voice actor for Kingdom Hearts unfortunately passed away yesterday, I believe, maybe the day before, so that's a shame as of recording this. Because I definitely heard that performance live, replayed Kingdom Hearts 1 quite a bit throughout the years. And Kingdom Hearts 2, but like really Kingdom Hearts 1 a lot, so. Very disappointing. Also, I guess I should say this is coming off the tails of also like all the D23 announcements, like Kingdom Hearts 4 and the a world announcement with that, and like some interview stuff, yada yada. So that's been pretty cool as its aspects. So yeah, this is very the news has been very Kingdom Hearts the past couple days, for sure. And he's getting added to Fortnite, of course, in a few days here. I don't know if he's going to come out like immediately as soon as it hits the 20th, like the new season, but we'll see. Anyway, yeah, so Kingdom Hearts, it'll give me like a new appreciation of some of the songs, where I get to focus on certain aspects of the background of the songs that you wouldn't focus on as much. Like the song that plays, like when you're fighting, say, Darkseid in Kingdom Hearts 1, and like some other bosses that are like that, like Heartless bosses, essentially. Like there's a couple aspects of it that, like that song in particular, that I definitely felt like I could focus on like more than I would when I'm actually just playing the game because I'm fighting a boss, and so that was very interesting to me. And then some of the later games that I'm not as familiar with the songs, like for example, Dream Drop Distance, which I only played through one time, Recoded, which I never fully played through. I only played through like the first world, and I was like, this is just a repeat of Kingdom Hearts 1 again. Like, I'm out. That, and then obviously Kingdom Hearts 3. I played, like, Kingdom Hearts 3 was just one of those, I've only done a single playthrough, so like, with those games, it was very, what's the word? It was just cool, like, you know, like, it gives me, like, much more appreciation of the series, and I'm definitely glad that I played it, and that it was the 4th Platinum, like, I have no regrets about that. I also like the fact that I could do 2 Disney games back-to-back like that, for $3.99, $400. Even though they're obviously, like, Epic Mickey has nothing to do with Kingdom Hearts, but it is nice to, you know, obviously, Disney, Mickey, yada yada. Next game was New Monopoly. Oh, I guess I didn't rate Melody of Memory. Probably like a 9 out of 10. I will say, I guess I didn't mention that, the card system, the card drops, like the RNG card opening, like, card pack opening drop stuff, and having 2 different versions, a regular version of the cards, and then like a gold and a platinum version. I think that was dumb, personally. I don't mind the idea of like unlocking songs and like getting concept art essentially and shit is what that was. But like, I don't know why there was 2 different versions where it's just the same picture but like it has a different border around it. That felt really unnecessary, and the fact that you could get repeats of the same items felt very unnecessary. I did like the modes where you can like mess with other people, like when you're like fighting each other essentially. A couple of songs were like fucking impossible though, like I say, like, oh god, what was the song? It was like there's like a Kingdom Hearts 2 song that was just like damn near impossible. So yeah, I would say there's no way the game would ever get a 10 for me, but probably like a 9. Like, it's really, really good. Big fan of it. Very much Kingdom Hearts, yeah. Strange timing for her death. Especially because she's young, so like I didn't look too much into it. I don't know if it's been like announced why. Because she was only like, she was like in her late 30s, which, I mean, obviously everyone eventually dies, but like that's like pretty fucking young to die, you know what I mean? Like, you usually expect that more like 60, 70, 80 sort of deal. So that sucks. Yep. Next game, New Monopoly. Honestly, it's just more Monopoly. If you like Monopoly, you'll like this game. It's not too difficult, it's just like, just play Monopoly. And yeah, I enjoyed it. 8 out of 10. I mean, it's Monopoly. There's not a whole lot to say about it at all. Little Big Planet. I assume the only reason Little Big Planet is up here higher is due to the fact that I probably got I bought like a physical version of this that was like a, I don't know what the name of it is, like, it wasn't Game of the Year, but like Special Edition, Limited Edition, whatever the fuck the special name is. It had the Metal Gear Solid stuff on disc for it, which was nice. Pirates of the Caribbean, that just lost to time. You can only get it as DLC, and you haven't been able to buy it for many, many years because it got delisted because I guess Disney license ran out. And this trophy I couldn't get from the Metal Gear thing because this requires online, which has been shut off for at least 7 years, I think. So that's unfortunate, but I did everything else. And of course, in terms of like the main game trophies, I could still technically get the all prize bubbles and all stories without dying, except for the levels where you have to die. But and I did that for the first set of worlds, but I haven't done that with the rest. Everything's coming up Millhouse. What's coming up Millhouse? It's Horizon. Horizon's coming up Millhouse. Welcome, welcome, and hello. Thank you for the subscription. 4 months, wow. Soon all shall take over with all the funny little various eggs. Speaking of eggs, I think I found one. I gotta make sure Johnny doesn't mess with the one again, but I think he made one I finally like for... Why are your balls broken, Tim? Because she misspelled your name as ITM? That item! I had a lot of fun, by the way, with that breaking my balls Mario thing. The fact that, like, there's like a gif of Bowser having snowballs thrown at him from the Super Mario Brothers movie. I just think that's funny. I think you're breaking my balls, Mario. That's just, I don't know, like it worked out pretty well. That was the fun part of like doing those like sound redeems is like when I found out that I could match up gifts with them, and finding ones that worked was really swell. But yeah, so I guess the only thing I would rate differently about Little Big Planet was the Metal Gear Solid levels, and I thought that was cool. I don't know anything about Metal Gear Solid, or very, very little, I guess I should say. I've never actually played the games. So it's one of those situations where it's like it's not really targeted at me, but at the same time, like I thought they were a cool change-up of like the normal levels. So I enjoyed the gameplay even as a not fan. Like I'm not a hater because I haven't played them, so I don't really have an opinion on them. But maybe I would like them, like some of the newer ones. I don't think I would care for like the NES one specifically. The original is just Metal Gear, where there's no solidness to it. I guess it's liquid or gas, perhaps. But and of course, I've heard the meme of Nanomachines Jack or whatever the fuck. So I know that. But I do like stealth games, so you know maybe I like some of the newer shit. Meant it. Forgot to bring water to the gym somehow, so I'm dying. Gonna head back and get some before I continue. That's fair. Gotta stay hydrated. Okay, where was that? I got Gabby's doll. Just it's a mid game, whatever. It's like a 4 out of 10, maybe like a 3 out of 10 to be honest. Probably a 3 out of 10. Platformer, licensed, overpriced. I mean, whatever. That's just how it is. Minecraft PS3. I forget what I rated the other Minecrafts, but this one like was PS3, so like the loading was kind of shit, and I had to restart one of the worlds one time because it stopped working. And there was one specific trophy that I felt was kind of a pain in the ass because of the render distance of PS3, which was where's the skeleton one? 100 meters. No, not the Ender Pearl. That one was fine. Let's just search the word skeleton. 50 meters, that's what it was. Little skeleton with an arrow for more than 50 meters. Like, you barely had enough room to do that, because the skeleton would despawn if you, like, or it would, like, de-render, I guess, from, like, the distance. Unless you trapped it in a... Essentially what you'd have to do is you have to trap the bastard in, like, in a hole that you can shoot through from, like, a massive distance, and it would still hit, because I guess the enemy is still there, but, like, not. So you're just essentially preventing him from despawning. Gabby's Dollhouse isn't 10? Not quite. Of course, she joined into the fucking Gabby Dollhouse one. I'm listening to you while I'm on the treadmill, but I'm sure to tell you all your opinions are wrong after, if I remember. That's fair. But yeah, so I'm not like a big, like, Minecraft guy usually. I like my games a little bit more structured, rather than kind of freeform, just go off and do what the fuck ever. But I respect the game. I think the game is as popular as it is for a good reason. Like, I mean, there's so much to do in the game. It's very, like, customizable, and I understand the appeal of that, even if it's not necessarily for me. And there's some aspects I enjoyed, like if someone else, like, I feel like it was fun for like the little bits I would play with, say, some friends where we're all trying to go towards like a specific goal, because then it's like that shit was kind of neat. For this case, because of PS3, I was playing solo, but I played on the tutorial world where I was able to like looking, because everything had like specific spawns, like this spawned here, this spawned there, but I still had to go out and do everything. Now, some of them were easier than others, because it's like, I mean, like, for example, building some pyramid thing that shot, like, some beacon up in the sky or something, like, that's just pretty much, the game did that for me. But, yeah, I still had to go out, like, I still felt like I had to go out and fully explore and, like, find a bunch of shit, and so, like, that was cool, in trying to figure out, like, how to do this or that or the other, right? So, there was cool aspects to it. So Minecraft to me is, like, probably, like a 7 for me, but I think in like a respectability aspect, it'd be a lot higher. Poppy's Playtime, that was just a free game for free trophies. Took literally less than 20 minutes to do. So, like, whatever. I don't know, 5 out of 10, forgettable. Maybe a little bit less, maybe like a 4.5 out of 10. Not really sure. Killer Frequency, that's like a solid 8 out of 10. The gameplay is pretty one note in terms of like you just sit at a desk and like do some puzzle solving, but I think the narrative is pretty good that it carries in, plus the art style. The fact that like you can't actually just get these people killed, like your choices do 100%. Like And usually they'll give you like one free mess up in certain situations when you're choosing shit. But you know, it's like it's cool that they let you do that. Like, it does change, even if the outcome doesn't change as much, it does change the outcome at the end of the day. And it's cool, like, revelations to find. Like, it does actually ask you to kind of use your brain to figure out, like, certain plot aspects. Like, there's one section that you have to find something out before the person gets there. And so there's definitely aspects of that. I didn't flawless it, but I did, like, save most of the people. There's a couple people I definitely got killed though accidentally. Crow Country. It's cool for what it's trying to do. I'm not a fan of like weird PS1 tank control Resident Evil type shit. I can't say I've necessarily played, like, I don't think I've played Resident Evil like the original, but like that type of gameplay, I forget the game specifically that I've played that have been like that type of gameplay, but I definitely played some games way back in the day that had that type of gameplay. Or controls, I guess, are the better word to say. And I fucking hate those controls, to be honest. But I think it's really cool as like a recreation of it, and I think it modernizes it in a way that's like not too bad. And the story was cool. But yeah, I mean, I used a guide, so it's kind of hard to like really rate it. I don't think it's fair for me to rate it, personally. I rate it a neat, I guess. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I like the idea of like a fucked up theme park, and then like girls come in there because like some crazy shit with their father, yada yada. I'm trying not to spoil the plot. You know, I'm just trying to get like the very bare note, like what, or whatever the word is. I'm very keen to hear the review on Barbie. You know what, Tim? I don't know if we'll hit that. Good night. Okay, where are we at? Plants vs. Zombies. This is the PS3 one. I mean, this has to be like a 9.5 out of 10, right? It's Plants vs. Zombies. Like, it's just good. It's just a good tower defense type of shit, you know what I mean? I guess the only reason you wouldn't get 10 is because of the... Okay, never mind. I was gonna make a joke, but like, you wouldn't get 10 because of the Michael Jackson, but I guess, like the Michael Jackson Thriller zombie, which is a cool zombie. Also, Michael Jackson's kind of a little iffy these... Actually, he was iffy when the game came out. So... I don't know, but like it was a cool ass zombie. Of course, they had to change it because of legal reasons, and that's fair. But like, fuck man. No, there's a lot of cool like mini game stuff in this too. Like the different varieties of things you could do for the like the walnut bowling thing, or like the you play as the zombies part of it. Like there's these weird cardboard ones, the conveyor belt ones which give you the items. Like, there's a lot of variety to the gameplay as you go through, and like, the sense of progression is pretty good, and the sense of customizability. That's not a word, but yeah, that game fucking rocks. The only thing that was kind of annoying for like the trophy hunting aspect was like growing the tree took ages. It's not hard; it's just like took a long time. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like a 9.5, maybe even a 10. It's hard to tell. Definitely better than Plants vs. Zombies 2, which I played on mobile. I liked it. But the fact that you had to buy plants was like cringe. Also ads, like I'd rather just pay for a game and not have to watch ads. But I understand, I guess. Flockout. Flockout was a game that I earned on Twitter from a free giveaway. People like, there's a couple accounts that do giveaways for games because they partner with publishers. And essentially, it's just like, hey, you know, type what your region is and what console you want this for or whatever. And if we choose you, you win. And so I got this, and it's essentially one of those like matching games where it's like you put two of the same item and they match into it, like they merge into a bigger item, and you keep doing that. I mean, it's whatever. You know, like it's like a 2 out of 10. It's like forgettable, but like it functions at least, I guess. Very quick platinum, so I wouldn't really. I'll never think about it again after this. Red Dead Redemption. All right, where were we at with Red Dead? Okay, so this was like after the platinum for Red Dead. This was specifically Red Dead on PS4, so I had to replay the whole thing. I gotta say, my opinions of it, I don't think are any different than my opinions were for the for the PS3 version, which I think is further down. There it is, right here. My opinions are pretty much exactly the same. I don't really see any difference besides the fact there's no online, which, yeah, the online was kind of annoying in the sense of like getting people for like the 8-person trophy and the 9-person trophy and the 6-person trophy. But I think the online was so cool that I do mark it down a bit for not having that mode. Now I think Red Dead was cheaper. Like I think it was $50 for the port. But I think it's more than $10 worth of content when it comes to that stuff, to be honest. So for me personally, like, I still think that's a bit of a markup where I think it's kind of lame in that sort of aspect. But it was cool to play through the game again because I didn't like the actual story bit because I didn't really play through the story proper. Like I replayed very quickly, skipping cutscenes and shit for 20 missions of the PS3 version to get like the 20 missions without swapping your horse, because like that was one of those trophies. You don't get that trophy unless you actively know that is a trophy to go for, and when I initially played the game I didn't know that for the PS3 version. So like for me it's like, okay, I'll just start a new playthrough, I'll just skip through like the beginning sections really quickly and then get that trophy. See, the PS4 version was like the one where I actually got to play through the game and like experience the story again. Like that was neat. So just because like the PS4 and then the PS5 version obviously is up here, which I was able to grab most of the things through like save file transfer. You had to reproc everything. So like if I had to skin 18 bears, like I would have to skin a 19th item. For some reason it wasn't actually a bear that I skinned that still popped, or like the money one, like get this amount of money, I just had to get like one more dollar. Do the missions, I could do most of the missions through what do you call it? Through like chapter select, but there's a couple of them that I had to like go back through. Like I had to replay the entirety of Undead Nightmare because of the way the save file was, but luckily I had 2 different saves for like the main campaign, so I was able to jump through pretty easily with that. And the reason that matters is because literally, as you can tell with the timing here, I platinumed the game for the PS4 version on November 9th, and then I platinumed the PS5 version on December 16th, so like a month later. It's like I literally just fucking played through the entire game from start to finish, that end DLC, a month prior, so like yeah, I didn't really feel the need to like do everything over again, so like I was kind of glad that I could jump around on saves a little bit. Hey Braviki, how you doing? Why am I being Aqua screamed at? Crashing out. Bejeweled 3. A little bit of a skill issue that I'm not done with this one yet. It's a hard game, but like, man, I fucking love Bejeweled 3. This is a game I have probably bought like 20 copies of on Steam, because every time when it goes on sale, it's only 99 cents, and like Bejeweled 3 for 99 cents is a crazy fucking deal. So I wonder if it's on sale right now. Bejeweled 3. Not free download, you dumb bitch. I really had to click Steam specifically. There it is. So it's normally $5, but like when it goes on sale, it drops down to 99. So fun times. Yeah, some of these are like actually kind of rough. My man, where you get it? Hey, thanks for gifting the sub to Tim. Oh, hey, and thanks for the sub too. 8 months. Ooh, you're almost up to the next subscription badge. The very next one will be the new one, which means I have to settle in which ones I'm actually going to put on there. I think I finally have a good one for green from Johnny, and I also really liked the I think the only ones I haven't gotten from him are like the Dark Eco one. I'd have to go back through, because there's been some that have been like partway like concepted but not like finished. But we got Red Eco, we got green finally, I think. At least I think it's good. Yeah, so we got red, we got green. We got blue. I think we got yellow. And then it just, yeah, so essentially it would just be Light Eco and Dark Eco, which I don't remember if any attempts have been done of those yet. But we'll see. I'll probably put Green Eco next, to be honest. Because I don't want to put the Yellow Eco right away because he like, what is it? Like the blue one for Blue Eco kind of looks like the platinum one, so I don't really want those like close to each other. Likewise, I don't want yellow close to the gold one. Likewise, I don't want light eco really that close to silver, because those are kind of like matching colors, whereas I feel like red, green, and dark eco are like the newer colors, and so they can show up first. Anyway, that's me rambling, don't worry about it. Hopefully you're doing well, Perfiki. Hey, Perfiki has contributed 8,000 points total to the... Oh, this is like the weird part of the fucking... Okay, I can't listen to that one, never mind. That is us. I had the VVVVVV soundtrack playing, but there's one specific part of the game where it like reverses one of the other songs. And it's a cool moment in the game, but like actually listening to the song fucking drives me up a wall, like separately without the context of the game. We're just gonna skip to the like the last track here in this. Wait, what? I don't even remember this song. I wonder where this pops in. I'm good just doing housework. Rafiki and his famous cleaning simulator. Very weird. But yeah, thank you very much for the gifted sub and for subbing yourself, as well as the community goal thing. Okay, we're gonna pause that for a second because I don't even know what the fuck that is. Thank you so much for the community goal thing. We only need 500 more channel points to finish out the community goal for Play Deadliest Catch on PS3. That's gonna be told if I quickly go back here. Anyway, Bejeweled, by the way, is like a solid like 9 out of 10. It's really hard to beat Bejeweled. Like it's a bit hard for like the challenges asked of you, but otherwise, like in terms of playing it, it's fucking great. Like go play Bejeweled 3. Anyway, this game right here, Deadliest Catch, is the one that's referenced. You of course can find out my idea on it in another stream, which is essentially that I don't know what I would rate it because I never actually played this. This is all my dad earning these trophies, and so the idea is to play this game that I think I'm probably gonna hate because it's already been on my account for years. Stream every single moment of it for misery sake. So that'd be cool. Hey Sam, how you doing? VIP, huh? We could do that. Coach Sam Chang redeems VIP, of course. Which what does that mean? Since it doesn't show up on the VOD, this means that he takes the VIP from the previous person that had it. In this case, I have no idea what it is because I'm still trying to open the damn tabs, but I can install. The person that you take it from is, of course, not you, not you, not you. All you people had it normally. Rock Protector. Hooray, you've stolen it from Rock Protector from 6 days ago. Fuck that guy. I'm just kidding. But congratulations, Coach Sam Chang. You have robbed Rock Protector at gunpoint and taken the VIP badge. But there's two parts of that, of course. That's part one. Part two is that I increased the price of the VIP. In this case, it'll now be 181 points instead of the 180 that it was previously. Congratulations. Now let me play the rest of the song so that I may pull up a different playlist. And let me go back to the stream here. Coach Sam Chang redeems your... Ooh, Coach Sam Chang has donated the last 500 points needed for the goal. Nice. Well, that's why you're cool, Sam. You get to come in at the last moment and put us to the finish line. Right when we don't want to push any further, as a good coach, you say the right words and the right combinations, the right motivation to push us to that last rep to finish it. And job well done at the end of the day. Good sense of satisfaction. So that playthrough will come after the 500th platinum stream, which will be whenever I get one more platinum, essentially. I'm trying to do Sam and Max off stream. It was going to be Big Walk. Worst case scenario, it happens next week if I end up having to wait for the whole Big Walk thing. So that might be it. WND, the goal says 100% on mine. Yeah, it's 100% now because Sam just donated the last 500 needed. Coach decided to go 2,000 over the budget. No. So when you donate, it shows the total you've ever contributed to it. So like he contributed 2,000 previously. You can only donate 2,000 per stream on these. And so the previous stream he donated 2,000, so in this case he donated 500. Like for you earlier when you did it, where the hell is it? It says you contributed 8,000 total, which obviously you didn't do 8,000 this stream. He only let you do 2,000, so you've done it 4 streams in a row essentially. I feel like shit after that gym session. Probably did something wrong. Feel sick. That's not good. Anyway, let's get to a new. What are we gonna do for a new song or new OST to listen to in the background? Let's do Wild Arms OST. Wild Arms 3 OST. This better not be one of those fucking OSTs that does like. This better not be one of those damn ones that like extends it multiple times. The one I like, the thing I have, it has the song play like essentially twice in a row, which is fine. But I hate the ones that'll be like, oh, extended for like 8 minutes. It's like that's not. I can just re-listen to the song if I wanted to. Like I don't know why the fuck you're ruining my shit. Okay. There we go. Crown Legacy OST. I want to do things that won't get me content ID. This goes up on YouTube. Yeah. So I try to do video game OSTs where like specifically they're not super like crazy content ID'd. So like you're probably not going to see like a Super Mario Brothers one because I assume that would get hit. Dark Souls. It would be a series that I actually have played, or at least that I know anything about. But that's not a bad idea. That's like you're thinking more in the right headspace now. So I like that. Water solves everything. That's probably why. That's fair. Forgot to bring water somehow. Usually it's in my bag beforehand, but I forgot I ran out last session. Went back and got some big session, but probably needed to have it from the start. Yeah, that's Pornhub OST. Look, this is Pornhub OST because this soundtrack fucks. Anyway, back to rating video games. Let me. No, I won't. First of all, this is the whistle version before anyone asks. No, I won't be singing the whistle version. That is a technical foul. It's a funny foul, though. Where were we at? Sorry, I scrolled down because of the Deadliest Catch thing, but I forgot where we left off on. Let me know if the volume's like too loud or too quiet. Because now I'm listening to a new soundtrack, so like I might have to adjust the volume again. Okay, the next one was Call of Duty World War II. I actually enjoyed this, so I'm not going to do any of the DLC because I'm not going to pay money for that unless it goes like crazy cheap. And apparently those zombies suck, but I like the zombies in this one, and also, like, not as much as like Treyarch, like original Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 zombies. But like, in World at War to an extent, I guess. I mean, I guess I like the Final Reich more, like, that map more than I did in any of the World at War maps. But Prologue was kind of like, whatever. But I actually enjoyed the multiplayer of this a decent amount, and I thought the story was alright. I mean, you know, a little cliche, but like, whatever, it's a World War II story, and after a while it does get cliche as fuck. So, I mean, I would say it's like a 7.5 out of 10. Like, I enjoyed my time. It's the first time I've enjoyed a Call of Duty, like a newer Call of Duty game, I guess, outside of like Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3. Those were like the last two I actually enjoyed. From like anything beyond that, I was just kind of like whatever. Like I didn't give a shit about Ghost. I didn't give a shit about Advanced Warfare. None of the other ones have seemed really excited me at all, like Vanguard or like any of the 5 million Black Ops that take place thousands of years in the future, etc. It's a good joke, John. I genuinely liked it. Thank you. I thought it was nice. They said it had to be something you've actually played. Never heard that, right, John? What? Never heard what? Wild Arms? Or Pornhub? Are we making a Pornhub joke? I don't know. I watched porn in my life, if that's the question. I don't know if that's the question happening right now. I know it's shocking to hear that I might have one time, at least. Anyway. Peggle. Speaking of getting pegged. That's stupid. Speaking of, where is it? The Peggle Professor. Of course. What is the Peggle 2 one? This is... There's like one of these that has like the it's a stupid fucking name because I remember every day I'm Peglin. His friend of the stream, Devin, has done Peggle 2. I have not. But yeah, I got Peggle 1, and it's cool. It's a little difficult. I haven't really gone back and tried to do the cleanup. I mainly just did the main game where I got the 4-player peg party. God damn it. Speaking of getting pegged is crazy. Pornhub banned in Australia. I mean, that's probably fair to, like, porn sites are fine, but like Pornhub specifically is pretty unethical in the ways in which they were told. Like, there was a girl one time that had to remove like some sort of like revenge porn thing of her, and she had to like fake being a lawyer to get it removed. It was crazy. Very there's just some unethical bullshit there. But with consenting adults, it's fine. I don't give a shit. They can post that shit as much as they want. What would your mother say? I prefer my porn ethically sourced. Same. Anyway. Yeah, cool game. Peggle's neat. I don't think it's as good as Plants vs. Zombies if we're going off PopCap stuff, but like, or Bejeweled, but I think Peggle's, like, I mean, there's a reason why Peggle's as popular as it is. They're just simple games, you know what I mean? Like, gameplay loop is very fun, and it's very, like, it's, easy to pick up, hard to master, right, for all of them. Like, the skill ceiling eventually gets, like, fucking crazy with them, essentially. But yeah, I did the multiplayer ones, because I don't know why the fuck they have PS3 multiplayer trophies for a Peggle game, but it is what it is. I still haven't done the Knights one yet. If I were to get another trophy, it would be completing the Knights mode. I don't know if I would get every trophy in this game, but luckily this A isn't the platinum, and B, like, I'm not, this account has already lost the chance to get every single trophy. Like, there's no way to get 100%. Like, we were just talking about Little Big Planet earlier. There's like a bunch of these trophies I just can't get. Like, all this shit's impossible unless I were to download the DLC off of somebody else's account and get all these, and even then these two would still be impossible because these are online trophies. That's an online trophy, that's impossible. These 5 right here, the ones that are orange, obviously, plus this one up here, that's impossible to do. Now, some of these online trophies I did do back in the day, of course, like publish a level, build and save a level that has more than 30% thermometer. What is the difference? Oh, this one's more than one player, this one's just like normal. Post a comment on community level, heart 3 authors, heart 5 community levels, tag community level. Because all these I've done, they're all like online sort of things back when the game was still active. This is probably when the PlayStation Network went down, to be honest. Like, like after it came back up, obviously, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to play online. But like, I got this game because of the PlayStation Network going down. So, fun times. Anyway, yeah, we rated Peggle. Heavy Weapon is not as good, honestly. Oh, by the way, this song. Is this the song I'm thinking of? No, it's not the song I'm thinking of. This is a good song from Wild Arms, though. Really good song. Heavy Weapon, I don't think is nearly as good as any of the other ones I've played, or that I've talked about today. But it was fun. I did the online thing with it. This one might need an online person, whereas it's survive 12 minutes of the enemy attack in any survival game. Technically, you could do that solo, but that might be like one that someday I have to do with the online. I think these are all pretty doable. I just haven't gone out of my way to do them. The only one that seems like it might be a bitch, really, is this one right here, Defeat all 19 Red Star Champions in Boss Blitz mode. But I'm not sure. Complete 9 missions without nukes or reinforcements. I think I did the first, like, 2 missions without nukes or reinforcements. That one just seems like you just have to go out of your way to not hit the button. That's probably why it's so rare. It is what it is. Red Dead Redemption 2. I've only done the online. These are all the online trophies. So I initially did the online, which I'm sure I talked about this in a previous stream back when this was lower on the list, back for the 2019 stuff. Yeah, I did those in 2019. I had fun. But then I picked up the rest of it back in 2025 because I was like, okay, I don't really feel like doing the sprawling Red Dead 2 shit. But I was in the Red Dead kind of mood because of Red Dead Redemption 1. So I was like, alright. Because you'll see this is like during the time I was doing the PS5 stack as well as like time after I did the PS4 stack. So I did all the extra shit that I needed to do. Learned some of the new farming stuff, some of the new, like, I was working on collector stuff as well as some bounty hunter stuff like that. The only thing that was kind of annoying was Farm Persistent Posse I was able to do for free, so that was nice. Because the particular month I was doing it, like, it was free, which was very cool. The MVP thing, I had to do 4 MVPs for some reason. And the reason this one sucks is not because it's hard to get MVP specifically, but the reason it sucks is that, like, if people leave the match while this is going on, so, like, say you start with more than 4 people in the match, if people leave the match, like, after they die and, like, you're winning still, like, there's one match I played that was, like, a 1 life only mode, and these people would leave as soon as they died, which means that, like, the round would end, I would win the round, there would only be, like, 3 people in the lobby, it wouldn't count for the win. So that was very fucking annoying. So, and even then, I still had to get 4 wins with more than 4 people before it counted for me for some reason. But if you count the wins where, like, people left, I think I've won, like, an additional 3 games. So, very annoying. Only complaint I have. Otherwise, the online, a lot of fun. I'm not sure, like, what I'd rate the online specifically. I like that it's a lot less aggressive than GTA 5. Like, you can just kind of do your own thing for the most part. There's a lot to do, and you do need, like, an outside website to track all the collectibles and stuff. And there's a lot of collectibles that are RNG based, whether or not, like, they're even on the map in that particular day. But it's cool. Like, I always felt like it worked towards a goal and, like, make steady progress towards it, you know what I mean? So that was always nice. Free roam events. It was good because you didn't have to win them, but it was very frustrating because as a player that didn't have, like, all the cool shit, you just get your ass beat. Like, if you don't have, like, the really good weapons that have really, like, further enough distance and, like, they're upgraded in the sense that, like, they shoot quicker because of, like, whatever upgrades you put on them, and make sure they constantly clean them, and they have, like, special ammo and shit, like, you're getting your ass beat, essentially. So that was annoying. Otherwise, though, not too bad. Is Elder Scrolls Online worth downloading and playing? I can't tell you that because I only played it for, like, a single day. I'm not the Elder Scrolls guy to talk to. I only played Skyrim. But yeah, I bought it finally because I got worn down by, like, a friend to buy it. We played, like, one day of it for, like, an hour. And it just, like, I didn't earn any trophies in it. And then I was actually going to keep playing with them, but then we never, like, made another date to play. We did play other games, so, like, it's not like I stopped playing with that person, it's just we never gave a shit to go back. So, like, I don't have a trophy on that, I will never fucking start that game again. So, I don't fucking know. But Bing Bong, is it worth it?
You should ask your friends for help.
You should ask your friends for help. Says 8-Ball to strain Bing Bong. Bingus Bongus. Definitely his legal name, didn't just make that up on the spot. Well, Ryan never answered my question, by the way, is one of those situations. I guess that's what I should have asked, is technically you asked Bing Bong. Bing Bong, will I ever answer Koja's question?
You should ask your friends for help.
You can't just say the same line, it's fucking... Are you kidding me? You have a 1 in 26 chance to say any line from the list. I hit a button, you choose one of those 26 randomly. It's not predetermined what I choose. So are you just going to repeat the same thing? What a waste. What do you have to say for yourself, Bing Bong? I swear to God, if you say the same fucking line again, I'm kicking you out of the stream.
I don't know.
Shit. Thank you. Fucking RNG ass Bing Ball. Should Ryan and I play Skyrim together? That's not even how that works, but whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely play this single player game because... Anyway. It's a different screen, alright? Sam, I'm not cool like you with, like, 3 different monitors while you stream. I have 1 monitor, and so I have to click between the Microsoft Edge tab that has my KISS profiles thing here, and then the fucking Opera GX tab, which actually has the stream pulled up and the music. So yeah, I check between me yapping between games. So it depends on if the game has a lot to yap about. Like Yakuza 6 will probably have a lot to yap about, so let me quickly yap about Uno. It's Uno. There's really nothing else to it, I guess. If you like Uno, you'll like this game. It's like a 7. Some of these were like annoying in terms of there was like one in particular that was annoying, and I forget why it was. I think winning a game with more than 700 points was like the one that was kind of annoying. Like I had to use a bunch of AI, like, or not AI. I had to use like some control, like multiple controller type shit or something. I like how they have a platinum trophy that's not a platinum trophy. Unlock all of their Uno trophies. It's gold. That's fun. Yeah, so that's Uno. Yakuza 6. My setup isn't fancy. Well, it's... You know what? It's fancier than mine. How about that? Anyway. Yakuza 6, Song of Life. This is one of the easiest Yakuza games. This is arguably the easiest Yakuza game to 100% actually in terms of trophy hunting. And even the gameplay itself actually is pretty easy for the most part. I like the story of this game quite a bit. They fixed one of the major issues I had with Yakuza 5. As best they could, at least. I think they didn't necessarily need to sideline her the entire game, but like... So that's a little bit of a different issue, I suppose, but yeah, they kind of just sidestepped one of the, I think, worst writing decisions from the series from Yakuza 5 with the fucking idol stuff. As much, and I love the idol stuff. It's just the fact that the way Yakuza 5 ended, I was like, that doesn't seem like that's totally out of character for this character. Like, I don't think she would do it like that. But whatever. And Yakuza 5 was a fucking slog, so it was very nice to get to Yakuza 6, which was a lot quicker. Didn't overstay its welcome at all. The minigames were pretty good. I will say, if this was one of those where I had to do all the minigames, I would have been fucked, because, like, everything was easy enough to do, except for... Oh god, what was it? There's like a fishing one, which was... That was a really cool minigame, to be fair. Like the spear fishing thing, where it was like on-the-rail shooter. That was cool as shit, but the grinding to max level of that was just, like, excessive for no reason, honestly. Because you only have, like, what, 3 levels? And then you just have to keep grinding that over and over and over and over and over again, just like level... Like, it's just like to fill up an XP bar. It's not like you get better at it. The enemies don't get harder or anything. It's just literally just... You would have to grind it for like... Every like 2 hours. On a game mode that takes like 3 minutes to do. So that was very stupid. I do like that one of the trophies is called Can of Whoop Ass. The fact that you can have the word ass in one of your trophy names is pretty good. Cat minigame thing was cool. The training was alright. The clan stuff was fine. I think it's done better in Kiwami 2, which makes sense because Kiwami 2 came out after Yakuza 6, so that makes sense. But yeah, oh yeah, the other minigame. The other minigame was Puyo Puyo, which, like, doing well at Puyo Puyo, I just can't. Like, I don't know how the hell you're supposed to beat 25 fucking enemies in a row. There's just no shot, so that wasn't gonna happen. Luckily, it wasn't required for Platinum, but, like, Jesus Christ. Like, maybe if it was Tetris, and I'm not great at Tetris, but, like, I at least, like, have a better fundamental understanding of Tetris than I do Puyo Puyo. You know what, Sam? Again, I'm not going to stop talking about a game mid-game to read chat. I'm going to check in between probably every game, unless they're quick games to talk about. This would take so much longer if I stopped while yapping within a single game. That's insane. Anyway, sure. Should Orion play Marvel Rivals? Should I play Marvel Rivals with Coach Sam Chang tonight?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's fine you have that opinion. I'm not going to do it, but, like, whatever. I'm not going to download the game. Anyway, when will Orion knows the question?
You should ask your friends for help.
Well, that's what happens when you don't ask a yes or no question. You get a not useful answer. Does Orion have to be so sassy tonight? I'm just saying, it's just unreasonable to expect it, Sam. You can ask the questions if you want. It's just like... That's just how it is. But anyway, do I have to be sassy, Bing Bong?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe's right. Okay, where was I at? Tekken 8. I didn't... So the games I've played in Tekken, I've played Tekken 4, on PS3, or sorry, PS2 rather. Tekken 5 a little bit in the arcade, like a tiny bit in the arcade. I'm not good at fighting games, but I do like the story of Tekken. I played Tekken 6. I even just platinumed that like recently this year, so we might get to that game later. We might not, probably not, but we'll see. We already talked about the game initially. Actually, you know what? No, we didn't, because I forgot. See, I earned those trophies on my dad's account, so it was the opposite of the Deadliest Catch situation. It wasn't the platinum of the game, but I did play through it initially. So we traded off, essentially entering trophies for each other accidentally. I played one. I must have played like 30 minutes of Tekken Tag Tournament. Just didn't give a shit. But yeah, I didn't play 7, even though 7's probably a pretty easy plat, so I wouldn't mind getting that at some point. I do want to get Tekken Tag Tournament, like finish that out since I earned a trophy in it. But yeah, Tekken 8 was cool. I like the story. I like Jin, and I like the trying to break the curse of like demon shit the entire time. The story of 7 or the story of 6 was pretty wild, I gotta say. And so like trying to build back up from that point is interesting. But yeah, I thought, but especially like the final climax of shit of like using all the different styles, for example, and like fight, like it is cool. I also like that, and this is just the thing I like about Tekken I think it's from Tekken 6 onward. Every character talks in whatever their native language is. So like you'll have like someone talking in like French with someone who's Japanese, and they just converse in like the French person talks in French and the Japanese person talks in Japanese, and like everyone just understands each other, and like I don't know, it's just a cool dynamic just to like. So like they don't have to like make multiple dubs of the game. They just like, you know, have each of the characters voiced out. So you know you'll just have like that blonde chick just talking in English, so like Jin who just responds back to her in Japanese, and it's just like, oh, that's cool. It's a neat aspect. 7 watch streak. Thank you very much for the 7 watch streak, if I can pronounce words correctly, which I can't. Thank you very much for a week of a streak. Let me pet you on the beak. Where would I rate Tekken 8? Where would I rate 8, mate? I think I liked the story more in 8 than I did in 6. And there wasn't a Azazel thing, but it wasn't nearly as annoying as it was in 6. And I especially know that now that I've like replayed through 6. 6 had a couple of annoying parts, and the combat felt kind of clunky for that like giant map story mode thing. Which 8 had like a couple sections like that, but they were very contained. So it was like more of a fun callback, and it didn't overstay its welcome. So I would definitely rate 8 more higher than 6. I don't know, like a 7.5, I guess. Like, I'm not good at fighting games, and so like it's kind of like I don't get into like the super nitty gritty of them, but I enjoyed my time with the game. Minecraft, I'm not gonna rate this one because I just use like trophy worlds, honestly. Like so, it's like whatever. These were just like I'm sure I've talked about. Oh, this is my favorite song from Wild Arms 3 playing right now. It's like part that's about to come up where it's like bow bow. That's my favorite fucking part of the song. God damn. That shit slaps. But you can tell I earned some trophies in 2017. So I'm sure I talked about the game already, but so I essentially was just like I ended up buying a collection that had PS4 and PS5 in it. The only reason I can't do these though, because these are only on the editions version of the game. So initially when the game came out, it's called PS4 edition, and so that specific version has like the mini games on it. Whereas like newer versions of the game only have like this other shit, and for some reason they took it out. So the difference between like Bedrock versus editions, which I don't know. So if I were to ever get those trophies, I'd have to buy like specifically a PS4 copy. Then I don't know, they're kind of expensive right now. I don't want to pay $20 for that shit. So who knows? We'll probably never do it, but we'll see. Puzzle Galaxy free AI slot bullshit. I'm sure 1 out of 10, 0 out of 10. We'll just do 0 out of 10. Who gives a shit? Golf with your friends. I think I've already rated this in a previous go. Yeah, because this was 2022. The only thing different about this now is that I earned some in 2023 as well. So I must have already talked about those as well. So the only ones I've earned now is because these DLCs finally went on sale enough to where I wanted to buy, like actually take the chance to buy them. Peaceful Pine is very, very fucking simple of a game. Or of a DLC, so it's very quick, did it immediately. Olympus Odyssey, it's a bit harder. I haven't really tried it more than like once or twice, though. Corrupted Forest is like such a fucking pain in the ass. So, with some of the friends of the stream, we will like. I think Rafiki was maybe joining us on that. Purge definitely did. Ritos definitely did. So eventually, I'll get them to keep playing golf with your friends until we eventually get the platinum, or until they get the platinum, and then we get all the DLC trophies. Because you can play. The one thing I like about this game a lot is that because I own all these DLCs, I can host for other people that don't own it, and they can still play it, which is very nice. Minecraft Dungeons does that, Golf with Your Friends does that, and some other games do that too here and there, but like, those are the two that come to the top of my head. So I'm not really going to rate the DLCs differently. I'm sure I already rated the main game, just check out whatever stream that was, which would have been one of the other 12 previous parts of this. Maquette. Maquette is a great puzzle game. Like, I had a lot of fun with it. It's weird in the sense that, like, you're on, as you can tell in the picture here, because you can see, like, in this bottom section here, it's the same part as this. So, like, it's a map that goes inside of itself, essentially. Like a diagram within the diagram. Like, it's a diagram of the map you're in, and then there's, like, another diagram inside of that diagram, and so essentially, like, you move objects around in one section to make them appear, like, in all sections, and so, like, you puzzle, like, based on size. So sometimes, like, you can grab, like, a diagram version of the stair and put it out in, like, the real world, and so the size of it in the diagram, so now it's, like, shrunken in all the diagrams, or, like, you put it in the diagram to make it larger. Yeah, so it's, like, it's cool, like, going up certain ladders or making bridges out of certain items or something, so, like, there's a lot of cool shit you can do with that. I streamed this game, actually, so if you want to see more of that, feel free. But, yeah, a lot of fun. This is an easy 9 out of 10. It's not a very long game, but, you know, sometimes games don't need to be long, you know what I mean? Like, it's like short, sweet puzzle. It's fine. I think it took me like 5 hours. The game said, it says 16 because obviously, like, it's counting from, like, the first trophy I got to the last trophy, even if I took a break in between. So obviously, I came back the next day and finished it, or later the same day, potentially. Where the fuck did I leave off one? Okay, we went too far down. Right around here. Sorry, when I click in, I need to right-click into these things so that it doesn't open up in a new tab. Hey, Rock Protector, there he is. 50 stream streak, Jesus. Nice, that's pretty good. You had your VIP stolen by Coach Sam Shag earlier. Welcome in, fight for my amusement. No, it's fine. Next game, High on Life. This is, I specifically made sure this was Platinum 420 because of High on Life. I didn't play the DLC, but the only reason I played this was because, like, free game, because, I don't know, Justin Roiland's a little cringe, but, like, free game is a free game, whatever. Plus, I didn't really have another game for 420. So I thought that was a little interesting to play. So I got it done just before the end of the year, which was nice. I think the game is mostly fine. I do think it's pretty funny. Same thing with Trover Saves the Universe, but I felt like Trover Saves the Universe was paced better. The whole middle section of the game, I feel like it's kind of a slog here, especially as you're doing some of the challenge stuff. For example, unlock every post in the Bounty Hunter forum. This is annoying because they specifically increased the requirements. Like, they doubled most of the requirements for that shit, if I can find out exactly where it shows it. One of these will definitely show it. I assume whatever the trophy is that actually talks about the bounty stuff. Yeah, these. So, like, some of these just, like, got increased in terms of how much you had to do because there was a DLC that they made. And so I guess because they wanted people to feel like they were still, like, working towards something, they just doubled the amount of things you need to do for some of these. And it just made a slog because all you would do is you had to load into an area that had a guaranteed spawn of that enemy. You'd kill it, and then you just rinse repeat over and over and over and over again. It's not fun to do that. So, I'm not a fan of that. That drags it down a bit. Some of the what do you call it? Some of the mid game kind of boring shit kind of slows it down a bit. So there's probably more like a 7 for me. Hey, Rock Protector steals it back. Let's go. Alright. So that brings it up to 182 now for the next price, and then Coach Sam Chang loses VIP and it goes back to Rock Protector. The protector of rock music. So I've been told. Hunting stuff was a pain. Yeah, I agree. But I did generally like the game. If you like that game enough, Rock, I would recommend the game Trover Saves the Universe. It's made by... It's the same people, for the most part. Although, I probably wouldn't buy the game these days just because of Justin Roiland, but apparently the sequel doesn't have him in it, which is nice. Full Throttle. This is one of Devin's favorite games. This is one of those, Tim Schafer, Double Fine production type things. Point and click game, like Grim Fandango and a couple other ones that are the same developer type shit. Just a cool point and click game where like it's like a kind of like Mad Maxy kind of world, like not fully, but like a little bit. And it's like biker gangs control a lot of shit, and there's like a murder plot, and so like that's cool. There's like one part in the junkyard I felt like was really felt obtuse in terms of like what to do. But other than that, like this was a pretty solid game. Like I enjoyed it quite a bit. So 8 out of 10. Frogger Returns. Frogger Returns itself is fine, but I played this on Premium. PlayStation Premium, and just my internet connection would drop frames here and there, like the slightest bit of lag, which kind of matters in a Frogger game because it's very like you need to be very precise with how you're jumping because it's Frogger. So like those little like milliseconds you lose kind of matter way more in this type of game than it does in like if I were playing just an RPG or something, it wouldn't matter that much, if at all, especially if it was turn-based. In Frogger, like having drops like that here and there made it really fucking annoying because I would miss jumps that I otherwise would not have missed. And so yeah, 100%ing that was a little irritating, but like, I don't know, I mean the game was just okay. It limits Frogger, 5 out of 10, whatever. Forgettable, I assume. Medieval. I just jumped around in Medieval with like a guide, to be honest, so I don't know if it's the same thing with Alone in the Dark, to be fair. Although I can tell you right now, Alone in the Dark, I fucking hate the controls of Alone in the Dark. These type of games, these type of adventure games, I don't like how they control. I think they're cool for what they are, especially for the limitations of the time. Same thing, this will come up again with Myst. But like, I can't stand how they control, like they're just bad. So I'm sure like later renditions of these type of ideas would be better. Like, I don't know, maybe the Myst remake is better in that regard. But yeah. I think Alone in the Dark had a better story, though, I will say, compared to Myst. I didn't dislike it nearly as much. But yeah, so like Alone in the Dark for me would probably be like a 5, whereas like Myst would be like a 1. And not only like was it just annoying with the controls with Myst, but the fact that like it was so slow to load. And it's like, I'm playing this on a PS5, dude. Like I understand like the hardware loads slow like on a PS1, but like if I'm playing on a much stronger system, like can this not load a little bit quicker? Like fuck, man. The game just I hated it. Maybe it's fair to say like it's more like, you know what, we'll bump it up to like a 2.5 out of 10 just because like there is some cool atmospheric shit in the game. But otherwise, like there's just a lot of fucking backtracking, and like it doesn't control well, and it's a little obtuse at times, like with exact placement of what you click on to teleport somewhere, and it takes forever to load. Like it's just, there's a lot of issues with it. Medieval, like I said, I jumped around this one. It seems okay for what it is, but I don't know, I feel like it's kind of unfair for me to give an opinion on it. Do you like Bing Bong, do you like listening to me rant about video games?
I think it's fine.
Yeah, he likes it. Too extreme. See, now, this has bad controls, but I did enjoy it, you know, like kind of in like a... There's like an NES game I played that is like this. What is it? what is it called? It's like California something or other. Like it's some sort of like, it's not X Games, but it's like that type of vibe to it. And there's a bunch of like mini games. There's like a hacky sack one and some other ones. A frisbee mini game and like a skating one and a couple other ones. It's cool. And then obviously there's games like Skate or Die or something. Yeah, it's unfortunate this doesn't control that well, because I think the concept's pretty solid. So I feel like there's later games that are like this. I don't know about this specific series, but like there's games that have been definitely made after this point that emulate the idea of what this is going for, and it works a lot better. So I respect it even if it doesn't play well, so like a 4 out of 10. Twisted Metal 3, Twisted Metal 4. These are the first times I ever played Twisted Metal games. And do a flip. Okay, where do you want me then? I get the feeling that you're just redeeming everything off the wall just to slow everything down, but you know what I hate. Upside down. Just what, in the same spot? Okay, we can do that. Or sorry, you mean like in the like area above me? I'll do that real quick then. There we go. You know what I hate? Let's see, what's the good you know what I hate? I try not to do joke ones with you know what I hate. I mean, sometimes they're like they're jokey in the sense that like it's something like incredibly minor that I shouldn't be annoyed about, but I get annoyed about. Like sometimes the word hate is a little strong depending on what I'm talking about, but like there are things that I generally don't like. What's a good example? I'm trying to think of like something like recent. I'll tell you. Okay, we'll just do one better. I'll do one that's like very, very recent here. Big Block. I hate the fact that like I have to wait. I have to either do a whole nother game, which I've been working on, and I don't think it's going to take that long. Like, so I can't get the fucking Platinum 500. This stream was going to be Platinum 500 if we got Big Walk done, but we didn't because like there were some technical issues, so we had to try to work out with some people, which isn't those other people's fault, but like it's annoying as hell. Hey, I win, pig. But yeah, I don't like that I wasn't able to get that platinum because this was again going to be a platinum. Sorry, I'm doing the shadow right now. I'm typing it out. I'm just finishing a redeem that a person did for me. I don't like that I have to do like a whole nother stream and probably like it'll be a few days. Worst case, we get Big Block done in next Saturday, and so that'll be a situation where it'll be platinum 498, and then I can finally do Call of Duty Black Ops 1 for 499 500, which is a perfect segue over to the Pig Mafia, who was doing Black Ops 1, which I knew. See, I could plan it out. How you doing, Hypnostic? Good night, obviously, since you seem like you're bailing. That's fair. It's probably pretty late over there. And of course for Pig as well. Feel free to, if you gotta like dip. I know people obviously raid out. Maybe when I get my balls broken. Yeah, if you get a raid out, most people raid out because they're gonna go eat, or they're gonna go sleep, or they're gonna go, like decompress out of stream, or like some other, real life thing. So feel free to do that if you're going to. If not, feel free to stay in. We're just yapping about like PSN profile stuff. Trying to catch up to it. This is part 13 of this series. I have the other ones on YouTube, but yeah, I'm just going over like in the order of things on PSN profiles that I've earned. So we were just about to talk about Twisted Metal, the first 2 Twisted Metal games I ever played, Twisted Metal 3 and Twisted Metal 4. How was Black Ops 1, by the way? I've already, as I showed earlier, I've done everything. I'm only holding off on the Zork Terminal trophies, so that, because I want those to be Platinum 499 and 500. It was good, got the plat? Hell yeah, nice. But yeah, same. So like the other options for like getting Platinum 498 are essentially either going to be the Sam & Max game I'm playing, which I've done the Sam & Max Save the World, so it's going to be Season 2 of this game, which I do very much enjoy the game, it's just going to take so long. B, I wait until Saturday to get the Big Block plat, which is, I don't want to wait that long, but we might have to. Or C, I play something that's very short, like there's a game I don't think I'm going to enjoy, but we got through Press Engine, and it's like some like weird horror game that like uses like a meme character that I don't care about. So, but like I kind of wanted the last like few platinums to be games I think are going to be good, and so I've been kind of concerned with that for the like I was going to wait till Platinum 500 to start doing some of like the bullshit ones I've had saved up. Like Neva's great. Obviously, Dead Island 2 has been great. I thought the Monopoly Star Wars thing was kind of unique. Like it was fine, at least it's a game. The Music Drive thing was a press engine game that wasn't that good, but like at least the music was cool in that. PUBG was good. Sam Max was good. Unravel's good. Faye was good. Destiny 2, like, you know, drove me up a wall, but at least it's like a video game. A Way Out's good. I mean, obviously this Edgy Puzzle thing was just like a free, quick, get it out of the way sort of thing, but like Life is Strange 2 was a game that or Twisted Metal 2 and Twisted Metal 1 are games. Cyvaria, as much as I didn't enjoy it that much, it's like a competently made bullet hell. Yada yada, etc., etc. Then it starts getting like a little bit down afterwards, but Zork was also my play. Yeah, it makes sense, right? Because it's just like an easy, like, you know, all you have to do is just break free and go type the fucking thing in. Like, it's one that you will not get by accident. You'll never get it by accident. But also, it's so easy that you can just save it for whenever. Also, not to mention, I think it's literally the last trophy of the list, like the standard list. Have you done the DLCs for those? If at some point you need help with DLCs and like it happens to work out time-wise, I wouldn't mind playing some of those with you. I've done all the DLCs with friends of the stream, the Platinums Away, Brafiki, and Old Samos. That's where I did the vast majority of like the zombie shit. Obviously, there's some of them I did on my own just because like they're easy to do on your own. Like get the Gersh devices in Ascension, or like get the VR11 in Call of Dead or whatever. So, not yet waiting for a group. That's fair. Yeah, you need like a solid group for, especially Shangri-La. We just did Shangri-La actually with, like, I had already finished it twice, once with them and then a second one with randoms, but like Shangri-La is definitely one you need a solid 4 because like you always need 4 every time for that specific one. It's easily the worst Easter egg and worst map to it. But yeah. Alright, okay, so Coach Sam Chang redeemed You're Cool, which the redeem You're Cool and You Suck are ones that are applied to the people that redeem them, of course, and they don't know that until they read the descriptions. Some people redeem You Suck, and not knowing that means I get to make fun of them. But luckily, Coach Sam Chang redeemed You're Cool, so I get to hype him up. I like how music-based his streams are, whether it's going over political stuff or whether it's his workout streams or playing a game or something. Like, music is the spice of life, as they say. I know the actual phrase is variety, but like whatever. I say it's music is the spice of life. You know, it's just it's fun. If I'm not like we're listening to music right now, but like obviously a lot of streams just have like whatever the in-game shit is. I just had this playing because this is actually the Wild Arms 3 OST for anyone wondering. It's a PS2 JRPG. Full like cowboy themed yeehaw setting sort of game. This game fucking slaps though. Plus the music slaps. So, but yeah, I just wanted something in the background. But yeah, I like that we can share the love of music together. Because obviously everyone's like, yeah, I like music, but like it's kind of one of those things where it's like, yeah, but like I really like music. Gonna head to lurk. That's fair. Thank you for coming in with the raid and saying hi. And hope you do well in whatever your next game is going to be for stream, or whether you decide to, you know, whether your group gets together for zombies or whatever. Okay, where was I at? Oh yeah, I reset my shit. That's right. Okay, so I was down here somewhere. Oh yeah, Twisted Metal 3 and okay, so Twisted Metal 3 was the first one I played, and that's just because it was like the quickest one to do. Apparently, same thing with Twisted Metal 4. I enjoyed the games. 4 was just kind of whatever. I thought 3 was pretty good. Speaking of music, sucker for Rob Zombie at the end of the game. That was cool for Twisted Metal 3. So like if I were to rate them, probably like Twisted Metal 3 is like a, for what it is anyway, we'll say. Because they are still, all four of them are rough in their own ways, but like for what they are, I think 3, I think is the best representation of like all the games. Like I feel like it comes onto its own most. Onto its own? Is it onto or onto? Actually, yeah, I don't know if I've ever actually looked up that phrase before to like know for sure. Unto, is it? I think it's unto. Anyway, point being, Twisted Metal 3, I think would get like an 8 for me, whereas 4 would probably get more like a 6. Especially because if I am not mistaken, the last boss of Twisted Metal 4 is like kind of a fuck you boss. With the, I believe that's the Sweet Tooth one with the crazy ass attack that just like almost one-shots you, which is just stupid. So yeah, that's how I feel about those. Jumping Flash is a game I respect for like being that early kind of 3D platforming sort of thing. It's just the controls are kind of rough. Like it's weird. It's weird with the camera's perspective and the controls mixed together, but I respect it. So for me, it's like a 5 out of 10, just because like I played way better platformers on systems that before and after PS1, and even on PS1. I mean, let's be real, like Crash Bandicoot's better than Jumping Flash by like a fucking mile, but I can respect what it was trying to do. Myst, we already talked about Myst. Fuck Myst. Star Wars Demolition. This is like Twisted Metal, but Star Wars, which I think is a cool idea. Little wonky at times. I think it's a little bit wonkier than Twisted Metal, but I think that the Star Wars aspect of it brings up the novelty a bit. So I would say like a 7 out of 10. I think it's right in the middle of the other two games. Like I think it's overall I enjoyed the experience more than Twisted Metal 4, but I didn't like it as much as Twisted Metal 3. So I think 7 out of 10 is like right up in there. Up the PSP game made for PS4 and PS5 is it's just a standard platformer. You know what I mean? Like it's not really like, it doesn't really do anything super crazy. It just retells the story of the game. It has a really good PSP era scene for it. I gotta pull up YouTube. No, that's not my name anymore. Fuck. Whoops. We were typing in the old channel name. And sometimes old habits die hard. Okay, if I type in PSP, I could probably find it. Let me mute the music for a second. Bow, bow. A technical foul. Anyway, this is a Skyrim opening, aka Disney's Up on PSP. So, of course, after the fucking stupid. We made an insurance company. Hooray! Anyway.
You're awake. While you were asleep, I steered us down to South America.
So I guess something about that just gave me like Skyrim opening vibes, so I always thought that was kind of funny. So I don't know. It's like a 6 out of 10. It's whatever. Like, it's better than Jumping Flash, but it's not nearly as inspired as Jumping Flash. So it is what it is. Back to the music playing. I'm curious what this playlist has. I think there's some songs that might be missing from this playlist. Or maybe they're in different order. Anyway. Catch me if you can. In the actual, like, artwork for the game, the word cat is, like, in a different color, because you play as a cat, I guess. This game was just garbage. It was just a free garbage game. I don't think it was AI, but, like, it's about that same level of garbage quality, so, like, 1 out of 10. I think just because it's not AI, it gets a 1 out of 10 instead of a 0 out of 10. But whatever. Star Wars: The Clone Wars. I do not watch Star Wars. I think I've maybe seen the entirety of some of the movies like once each, like 4, 5, 6, and then I think 1 and 3. I don't think I've ever seen Star Wars 2, the movie that this is, of course, based on, the Attack of the Clones, and the eventual. Actually, this one might be more based on the TV animated, the Clone Wars. Anyway, that said, I'm not a Star Wars guy, obviously. The game fucking slaps, and like if I was a Star Wars fan, I probably would have lost my shit playing this back in the day. This game's great. Like, I mean, I will say the on-ground controls for Anakin, and I think it was a character named Mace Windu, I think it is. Those sections suck, but they're very small sections. They don't last very long in the game at all. Like all the vehicle sections of this game, amazing, great. 9 out of 10 for what it is for a PS2 license game. Like 9 out of 10, easy. Because I can see what it was trying to do, and even though it's a little rough around the edges, what it's trying to do, it succeeds at it, 100%. Banger. Sorry, I broke your balls. Oh, you're back to being VIP again. Did I give you that already? Or no, did he stole it and then you didn't steal it back, I see. Okay. VIP, so for the other people that came in, like the raiders, essentially I have a redeem for the VIP where you can steal it from people. So there's like one VIP and people steal it back and forth, and I up the price by 1 channel point every time that someone does it. So as you can tell, it started off as 1 and that person got it for free the first time, but every other one's been stolen, so it's been stolen 181 times. Good times. It amuses me the higher the number goes. Okay, the Grinch game. The only reason the Grinch game is higher here is because this is actually the first outright... this is the first stream I got as an Outright Games ambassador. Just to get like the DLC, because I didn't want to buy the DLC, I'll be real with you. This is also one of the few times where they've had DLC trophies for it, and I thought that was kind of lame. The DLC is fine. I mean, it's whatever. It's an okay side, like a 2D platformer. I like that you don't have to go through the entire game again to get access to DLC, because I did not have my save file for this game, so I had to replay like a third of the game, I think, to get to that point, maybe half. But yeah, I think this is the only code I've ever actually asked for them, because usually what I do is I rent through Gamefly, but like Gamefly didn't have like this new specific version of it, and the version they did have didn't have a DLC on it, so there's that. Quarry. I forget if this is like... Have I talked about Quarry before? Because I have 2 stacks of this, but I don't remember which ones I finished first or not. Okay, this was October 2025, which means I've already talked about Quarry. If you want to see my opinions on it, it didn't change for the PS5 version, so if you want to see my opinions on that, go back. Same thing with Epic Mickey for the PS4 version here. How did I get access to the PS4 version? I must have Oh, I think they gave it away for free. So yeah, I talked about Epic Mickey Rebrushed earlier in the stream, so just like check out. That was like this. I think that was the first game I actually talked about. So you can catch it pretty early on the stream if you want to hear my opinions on that. House of the Dead remake. This was like cool, like the little bit I played, but I don't think it's fair for me to rate it because I haven't played much of it. I still need to do all the... Like, I beat the full game once, and I think as a game it's fun, but I always like these type of arcade games. You know, like the ones where you like shoot shit on the screen, then you like shoot off screen to reload type shit. Like, those have always been fun. This game's no exception to it. The story's cool, too, for what it is. But yeah, I definitely killed some scientists accidentally, so that was a shame. I need to go through... Eventually these will be like 2 platinums, because I do have 2 versions of this game. So I will go through and do one and then immediately do the other, but I don't know when that's going to happen. But yeah, I'm not going to rate it just because I'm not far enough in that I feel like a rating's fine to do. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I'm not really like a huge fighting game guy. But yeah, this is like more of a beat 'em up type thing, and this game is awesome. I think the only thing that's kind of rough about this game is like there's a weird leveling up system, but there's a way to cheese that. You can level yourself up a lot quicker. Otherwise, this game has a lot of personality. It's like a nice addition to the other media of it, like the comic book and obviously the movie and the now the anime as well, because the people that worked on the soundtrack for this, by the way, this has a banger soundtrack. The people that worked on the soundtrack of this actually worked on the soundtrack for the anime that came out, so that was neat. And there's a sequel to this game that already came out recently that I do plan on playing eventually, once the physical versions of them release, because I'm a physical guy. I think actually the physical versions might be out, but the Gamefly doesn't have them yet, I think is what it is. Or either that or they just got them or something. So eventually it'll show up through Gamefly and then I'll just get them. But yeah, Scott Pilgrim, I want to say that's like a solid 8.5 out of 10. There are some parts that get a little annoying the way you get juggled, but other than that, like, in like the leveling system, but otherwise it's cool. Different areas you go through, it's like a nice retelling of the story. Ooh. Rock Protector, another VIP. We're fighting. Mom and Dad are fighting, let's go. Okay, steal that, and then, or change the price on that, and then now we give it back to Rock. Also, you suck. Alright, what's a good you suck? What's a good you suck that I haven't done before? I can't believe you said those nasty things about our friend of the stream, Realistic, so much that he had to time you out. Those nasty comments you made about his character while he was just simply playing a game that he got from Press Engine. I made jokes about the game, to be fair, but you took it a step too far, and you got timed. That's reaching. So is your comment. You know what? They're not all bang. Eventually, there's only so many things you could say about like being like you suck, alright? Like some of them are going to be a little bit reaching. You know what? No refunds, right, Bing Bong? No refunds.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, there's actually, okay, there's like one trophy on this that kind of sucked, actually. I still am going to keep the score I gave it, like the 8.5, but yeah, it was kind of lame that, like, it worked out for me, but there was like a weird thing with, what was it? It's like something along the lines of like something you had to do with knives, that if you didn't do it properly, or like if you played online, some of the stuff wouldn't count in such a way that like your trophies might break. And the online was a little buggy, as you can tell. There's something here that says like PS4 multiplayer still broken, online is broken, yada yada. So sometimes it was a little rough, but other than that, like, it was mostly fun. Highguard, fucking Highguard. Highguard was fun for the little bit of time I played it, but I don't know why anyone thought that to release a game like this at this point in the industry, it was like doomed to fail. Some of the trophies were a little annoying, like, while trying to do them. For example, during overtime, wipe the enemy team as the last man standing. Like, the problem with that is either the team would be so good they would kick your ass, or alternatively, you and your team were so good that you would wipe their whole team without like to get the exact situation where 2 of your people die and then you have to kill whoever's left on theirs was a little weird. Like, you pretty much had to orchestrate it a certain way, because it happening naturally isn't really a thing that happens too much. Same thing with like some of these other ones, like the big LMG and destroy at least 3 iron walls. That's not something that really happened too much organically, because a lot of times you would drop the LMG because it was just an okay gun. And destroying 3 iron walls with it, like, people don't usually shoot the iron walls down as much. They use like abilities to do so, where they go around and they'll break like the same wall multiple times, and so they don't have to keep breaking iron walls. That's the whole point of making the walls iron, is that it's a deterrent from people for a lot of times. Sabotaging, diffusing generators was kind of lame, because usually you were either really just getting your ass kicked, or you were doing so well that like they didn't really get a chance to plant bombs. And so like you would have to let them in, plant a bomb, and then make sure they can kill people to like defuse, so it's kind of pain in the ass. Overall though, like, the game was okay. I mean, it's 6 out of 10. Like, I'm probably not going to remember the experience too much outside of any time someone mentions it, but otherwise it's whatever. Night, dude. Alright, see you later, Rock. Thanks for coming in and joining in the VIP wars, and thank you very much for the 50 streak as well. That's crazy. Where is that? Little Nightmares 3. It just wasn't as good as the other Little Nightmares games, 1 or 2. It had the weird It had the problem that Little Nightmares 1 had, where like some of the your character would just like slide off of shit sometimes because it would be hard to tell where you are in the 3D space. Like Little Nightmares 2 was a lot better about that. But Little Nightmares 1 and 3 were like kind of bad about that, where you couldn't tell where you were in the space. So you could just like fall off of shit sometimes. Which obviously made platforming sections and running away sections annoying. Some of the shit was inventive with like some of the areas, like the sand area was kind of cool. The spider, like the boss for the sand area was a little lame though. The spider area, like with the factory, was cool, and I like the boss as well. I like the circus area a lot too, but then the last one was like, I don't know, like the last one was a lame area I thought, but the boss was cool. Up until like the actual boss fight, but I thought like some of the cool like fighting sections, like or some of the cool like getting away sections were neat. So what would I? So the fact that like the online was really bad for it. This was not the same team that made the initial Little Nightmares 1 and 2. That team, I think, went on to make the game Reanimal. Whereas this team was handled by Supermassive Games, which I was thinking it was going to be a good game, because Supermassive Games makes games I really enjoy. For the most part, core, except for the trophy hunting experience, as well as, like, Menomedon I enjoyed, Devil in Me I enjoyed-ish, House of Ashes I thought was really good, Until Dawn was obviously really good. Little Hope was good for like 95% of it, and then they really shit the bed on the ending, like the twist ending, which was lame as fuck, but otherwise it was an enjoyable game. Like there's some issues with those games I have, but overall I enjoyed them, so I thought they could potentially do a Little Nightmares game, even though it's not... The platforming aspects are not in the same wheelhouse, but like I thought they would like do the horror aspects okay, and it's just kind of like whatever. Pretty forgettable. That's like a 6, maybe like a 5.5 out of 10. Subnautica Below Zero, I just used like console command jumping around shit, so it's not fair for me to rate it. Yakuza Like a Dragon. I was trying to rush to get this done before it left PlayStation Extra. The same thing, like I was doing it back to back with Yakuza 6, and with the same idea. Like I was partway through Yakuza 6. And it just didn't work out to get it done in time, so I just bought the game instead. Or sorry, I was doing it to get to like Man Who Erased His Name, which is Yakuza 7.5, and so I was like rushing through it, and I was getting a little annoyed because like some of the stuff I was skipping, not like dialogue or anything, but like some of the side content that I knew I could come back to later. And there's like not only was I partially underleveled because of that, but I was really underleveled even because the game has like a difficulty spike in Chapter 12, which means you're not normally going to be out level to fight that normally, unless you're just doing like fucking everything and grinding a bit too. And so that was kind of frustrating on that one. But I enjoyed the game a lot more once I decided I was just going to buy Man Who Erased His Name and just play this normally. And I ended up enjoying it a lot more, and to be honest, I think this is my second favorite Yakuza game by far. Zero, I think, does it a little bit better in terms of, I think, some of the level grinding at the end of this game, Like a Dragon's not great for like the tower stuff. I think it just takes a little bit too long, and some of the, like I said, like the Chapter 12 difficulty spike was just fucking ridiculous. And some of the ideas of like their idea of difficulty is just like make an enemy really, really spongy, to the point where like there's certain enemies you will fight on the street that you're way higher level than, but they're still just like super spongy to get through, and that's just, I don't think that's good difficulty. It'd be different if it's like you gotta do like unique things to break through it, but a lot of times it's just like they're just spongy, which is just not, it's not fun to just keep having to whittle away at someone for like 5,000 hours, especially when it's not a boss. You know, at least with bosses you're like, okay, that makes sense, but like a rank and file enemy, like why the fuck am I spending this much time fighting this guy? But that said, that's really my only complaint. It's interesting that they didn't really focus too much on the completion list of this game, in terms of like the in-game completion list that all the other games pretty good focus on for the most part. But yeah, I love the game. I think the story's fantastic, and the fact that they barely rely at all on any of the previously established Yakuza lore, besides just like generalities like the Tojo clan and stuff, obviously, but like they don't really rely on legacy characters at all. Some of them show up, of course. The way in which they show up is very... like, you don't need to know the context of those characters at all to enjoy Yakuza 7, which I think is very cool. I like the idea of turn-based combat, that's cool. Yeah, I thought the story was genuinely intriguing. It was a little weird for a bit. Because I felt like in the beginning of the game, like, once you get dropped in a new city, and then, like, you like have an idea, like, you're trying to figure out why you're there, essentially. But that does lead to certain situations, like, in the very, very beginning of it, where you're just kind of like, I don't really know what's going on, so, like, I don't really have, like, a strong of attachment to this, but, like, it fills in pretty quickly as you do more and more. And this game is the reason why I tried Peking duck for the first time when I was in like a Japanese restaurant in Vegas one time. And it's pretty good. It's not to die for, like in certain like a dragon situations, but it's good. But yeah, I think the story is fantastic. Gameplay is fun. Much shit around it. It's fun. I think it just Zero beats it out slightly. So, like 9 out of 10, I'd say. I really, really enjoyed Like a Dragon. Philip, I didn't even hear Philip. I need to. That's not one of those. Yeah, I didn't write that in my to-do list actually. Like, I need to download Philip and like boost the shit out of that audio. Okay. Sorry, I was typing that. Fuck, I don't remember this song from the Wild Arms soundtrack. I mean, this is clearly the Wild Arms theme with this, but yeah. Daxter. The Woo. Winner. Yeah, I mean, they're all pretty... I think the volume on all of them are pretty good, except for Philip. Philip's, like, it's low. Oh, I know this. Doo-doo. Yeah, Philip just... I don't know, Philip might just... I didn't even see it... Oh, it's called... It's because I'm watching my own stream, like, back in... Oh, I can hear it. I can hear it a bit in the background. I would normally be able to hear it if it wasn't, like, music playing in the background for it, too. It's whatever. It's a problem I'll fix some other time. Little Nightmares. All I did new, like, the new shit was just I got the DLCs. I mean, they were interesting addition to the game. I'd already seen gameplay of it, though, because I'd already watched a playthrough of it, because I didn't think I'd ever actually play it, so years ago I'd seen gameplay of it. So I still had to, like, figure out a lot of the puzzles on my own, but a couple of them I knew. Otherwise, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think they did something different from the main game while keeping it true to the spirit of the main game. And of course, they tied the story of it into the main game with the gnome stuff. So that was neat. I don't know if I'd really rate it. It feels weird to rate the DLC by itself, but it is what it is. Mystic Pillars. It's an interesting puzzle. I like the fact that it's focused on like a culture that I'm not privy to too much, but it's like fully voiced in a different language as well if you want to. There's actually a trophy associated with that apparently can, yeah, the Kanata voiceover, which can be, I guess, kind of fucked with some people sometimes, but luckily I didn't have to worry about it. The puzzling, the actual gameplay aspect of it was very simple, like puzzling type shit. Of course, it got progressively harder, so you had to like pay attention, but it's probably a little too one note for me, but I like the it's cool to see like other cultures in games sometimes. Speaking of that, though, Venba, I think, is a better sort of aspect of that. Like, this is obviously focused on cooking as a main focus, and it was cool to like cook different dishes that I've never heard of before, and like seeing that how that's done, and with the story of like a family that moves away from a different country to like start life. I believe they were in Canada, if I'm not mistaken, is where most of this game took place. And like the ways in which like a kid who's like born in this, I don't know if he was actually born in Canada or they went like when he was super young, but like essentially like growing up in like a different country, and like the push and pull between like the parents wanting to keep like the traditional stuff of their culture, whereas like the kids like more integrated into like the culture as it stands, and then the ways in which peer pressure like makes it like, oh, that's weird, why do you have that weird food, you fucking weirdo, you know, type shit. Like, or like issues with like people at work, it's just like, I don't know, it was neat. It's a cool perspective to see, for sure, along with pretty cool gameplay along with it. I enjoyed the game. I would recommend it to people. Next up, Leisure Suit Larry, Wet Dreams Don't Dry. This game is one of the funniest games I've ever played, for sure. It's a little too long for its own good, and I've heard that Wet Dreams Dry Twice, which is the next game in the series, is even longer, which, haha, you bet it's longer, but we will play it for the channel eventually. But yeah, it's one of those where it's like I'm kind of dreading that it's just gonna take more time to fucking play. But it is fun. It definitely focuses a lot more on the humor side. Like, there's barely any like it's kind of just dirty jokes the game for the most part. There's not really like too many sexual bits. There's some suggestive stuff, but that's about it. But dreams, they sure are. In one case, they don't dry. In the sequel, though, they dried twice. So you'll have to find out which one. It's called the Wet Dreams Saga, in fact. With such trophies as I prefer Dick. Try to find Dick in the darkness. One has a couple of funny like trophies. Obviously the busted one, it's like, haha, funny, these are when you get arrested, and it's like, oh, okay, we made this look like a dick. Or I tried to refund this game and all I got was this lousy trophy. Like, that was a good one. That was a fucking wild section though, the grabber by the pixel one. That, I was not made aware of that section fucking at all. Completely just sideswiped on that. It's like, wow, this game sure is a game that came out in 2016. It says this release is 2019, but I think this is specifically the PlayStation version, whereas like I think the game came out a couple years earlier. Outlast Trials. Oh yeah, Leisure Suit Larry. I don't know. I'd probably give it like a 6.5. Like, you play it because it's funny. It says like 47's trophy. What? I don't know what that means. Outlast Trials was a lot of fun with the little bit I played. I definitely grinded some of the trophies because like they would have been really annoying otherwise. I would have to play way more of the game. And this is a game that I wouldn't mind playing with other people here and there as updates come out. I think Devin still needs to do more of this, so I wouldn't mind helping him with that as it happens. I will say the trophy list was annoying with this, because they all say acquire the blank badge for the trophy list, and so to look at them, you'd have to either go in-game and see what they are, or you'd have to go into the trophy guide, so like, that's a little annoying. I wish instead it just said, like, Big Saver, because this already says Big Saver, like, all these are named after the badge that they are, so you don't need to, like, say the same thing twice. instead the description could say actually what you have to do for the trophy. That would make it a lot better, personally. But it's a minor nitpick at the end of the day. Yeah, I enjoyed the game. I don't know, I'd give it like an 8. It is weird when you... I feel like I didn't know what I was doing in the first the first time I played the game. I just was kind of stuck in darkness a lot of times. I actually didn't even know how to turn on the night vision, so that kind of was like crazy. And it wasn't like clear exactly. It would have been more clear if I'd played them progressively, like this mission, this mission, this mission, this mission. But I think I joined like partway in when people were doing shit, and so I was completely lost. But yeah, it was enjoyable. Yeah, no, that is what it is. Yeah, sorry. For some reason, when you said that, my head was thinking, hey, I was thinking Agent 47, which is obviously not it. Then I was thinking maybe he's talking about someone in this chat. Yeah, there's just like a random section with Donald Trump, but it's like fucking weird shit. It just completely comes out of nowhere. Because like the whole pixel, like it changes to pixel graphics, like the original, like the first game on computer. It's just like it's weird. Like from the fucking 80s, I think, or maybe the early 90s. I forget exactly when the first Leisure Suit Larry came out, but I want to say 80s. There's obviously another stack up. I finally went back to PS5 stack. I had ran out of premium in between then and like the last time I did and that time, so like there was a period where I wasn't able to grab a couple games. Likewise, Star Wars: The Clone Wars is up here that I redid. The Exit 8. I don't like the Exit 8. I get the idea of these as like spot the difference type games. I don't think this one did a great job of explaining the shit initially. I very much liked the concept more when I saw it in the case of... where was it? It was a game I was gifted by the Cabin Factory. I enjoyed this way more in the Cabin Factory, which I got gifted through Press Engine later on. You know, we might actually catch up with Platinum 500, or, well, not 500 because I haven't gotten Platinum 500 yet, but yeah. XA was just kind of whatever, probably like 4 out of 10, to be honest. Especially because like once I looked up a list of them afterwards, and was like because I was trying to get the last few, and I knew like a list of what I need to look out for, and I was looking out for it, and I still wouldn't see some of them, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like some of these were just like a little too obscure, I feel like. Power Wash, I think the only reason Power Wash is up here is because I bought the one DLC I was finally missing. Which would have been the Warhammer one. I don't like Warhammer, and some of these took too long. That's my review of the Warhammer one specifically. But I realized that they weren't ever going to make them cheaper than it already was. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just do this just to finish out the list. Like, it was okay. I'm sure it matters way more to a fan of that shit. Avatar Island. Is there another version of this game? No, there's not. AI Puzzle Slop, 0 out of 10. Hello Neighbor, like a 1 out of 10. I already rated this, but when I played it the second time, I still had just as much of an annoying experience the first time. Even when I knew what to do, even when I've already done it. It's a game that controls like shit, and it's very, like... Even when you have like a guide on what to do, it's just very fucking annoying for no reason. Ghost of Tsushima. I can only rate the online because I only played the online. I was forced to play the online because I lost the race for Hollow Knights. For platinuming Hollow Knight the first time. In a race with friend of the stream Purge Mist and friend of the stream Riodos. So the punishment was to play Ghost of Tsushima, and they were doing the online together. So I was like, okay, I'll jump in on that shit, I guess. The Rival Mastery mode thing? Yeah, the Legends Rival thing reminds me a lot of Destiny 2's, like, what is it called? Banking into moats. What is that mode? Gambit. Gambit reminds me of this, actually, because I played this first before I played Destiny 2, but we'll get to that point later. Maybe. I think I like it more in Destiny 2, but I like this for the one match I played. I didn't even have to, like, cheat with this one, I don't think. I think I did this one legit first try. because these two trophies aren't related to the other two trophies. So like these two were like the actual rivals match, whereas these two were like some separate shit where you just got cursed gear and you could play that in any mode. So that's why the dates are different. But yeah. So it was cool, because otherwise I would have had to boost it, but luckily I didn't have to boost it. This one, it was fun to play through these. Maybe a little bit too grindy to get every roll up to 20 when I felt like you didn't really need to do that, but other than that, not too bad. And it was cool. The final boss for this shit was really cool. I probably would have had it explained a little bit better for like, I think it was like part 2 of it or something. There's like one part with, what was it? There's like a fucking fountain in the middle of some spot, and then you had to like cleanse them by going up to like some side bits, and there's a couple spots where it was just a little, like a slight bit of explanation would have saved us a lot of time, and still I felt like it would have been like, could have, you know, got the enjoyable aspect out of it. But other than that, like, it's a very minor nitpick. Otherwise, I've enjoyed it quite a bit, like the bit I've played of it. I don't know if I mean, I guess I could just rate the online aspect of it. The online aspect, I'd say, is like an 8 out of 10. But yeah, obviously I can't rate the main story. I am supposed to platinum this by the end of the year, though, so I will do that eventually. It's not a game I plan on streaming, though, just because, like, it feels like it would take too long, especially with, like, all the other fucking trophies and shit I gotta do. Itchy Secrets is AI puzzle slop nonsense, so that's a 0 out of 10. Chessmate is just, for some reason they made a chess game that is a chess game. That's fine, I do like chess. Oh my god, is it the fucking, hold on, is this the English one? No, it's the Japanese one. This is, friend of the stream, Ritos, every time, because I have him playing this game Wild Arms 3, the soundtrack that's playing in the background. And he sings the intro every time it pops in, but ever since he started Chapter 4, the last chapter, it's been, the chance the Japanese version of the song pops in has been a lot more than previous parts he's played. But yeah, he should be playing more of that later tonight, probably like in a couple hours. Damn, I got baited though. The thing is, it doesn't say it's... The video doesn't say Japanese or English, it just says the name of the song, Advanced Wind. So... yeah, for some reason this chess game is just like the easiest shit ever. Deliver your first check, your first checkmate. Move piece 25 times, play 5 matches. Win a match. Capture each type of, you know, a pawn, a knight, a bishop, a tower, or queen. Also, it's weird to call this a tower instead of a rook. I don't know who the fuck calls it a tower. And just capture pieces in general. So this is like a super easy completion list for some reason. But it's a chess game. If you like chess, then you like chess. But I don't know, it feels weird to rate it, because like I just rushed through it because it took like less than 5 minutes to do. So it's just like, okay, well, whatever. But it still functions as a chess game, so you could just play it normally if you wanted to. Tekken 6. I was talking a little bit about this earlier when I was talking about Tekken 8. Ni hao. That's not the right language. Sure. I got a question for Bing Bong. Bing Bong. Does Sam mix up all the Asian languages all the time for some reason? Does he like doing that? Is he one of those fucking freaks that likes toying with all of us?
I'm Bing Bong.
Okay, you sure are, pal. Thanks for the response. Cool. Anyway, Tekken 6. Some of the Tekken 6 shit was very annoying. Like, this guide gave the idea of, like, hey, take the, unlock, was it Kazuya, I think? Because he ends up in near the end of the campaign, scenario campaign mode. And you can use him during, like, the other fights, but really, when you're using him, you can't use that combo too much. Like, you can't use that combo, because that combo's for, like, normal fights. So really what you're using that combo for is, or you're fighting differently for, like, the scenario campaign. And specifically, the one that really matters for the scenario campaign, like the pain in the ass ones, where the Nightmare Train was fucking really annoying. Surviving long enough to be able to push them off. It's because you don't have S rank gear. Like, to get S rank gear, you need to keep playing the higher level missions, but to play the higher level missions without A rank and S rank gear, you can your ass kicked. So you just gotta, even when you win, like killing a bunch of people, it's just an RNG pull of what the item is, and if it even has a good roll to begin with. It's like you're just waiting until you get the roll that has like, here's a bunch of health or whatever, you know. So that was the least enjoyable part. Farming something just over and over and over and over and over again and not getting a good drop. Once I got a good drop, I like immediately got this done, so it's just like, okay, well this was fucking stupid. But the game overall I enjoyed, and I like the idea of scenario campaign, even though I felt like it dragged on a bit long. I think it would have been done better to splice up with like normal fighting mode shit for the campaign here and there, and that would have improved on the spacing of it, I think. Which obviously like, there is that mode that's just that in the main game where you just like do just normal fights throughout, but I feel like scenario campaign could have used like a little bit of it. Otherwise, the rest of the trophies on this were pretty reasonable, from what I recall. I think the Nancy one I had to cheese a little bit, but that's fine. We're cool with cheesing. So Tekken 6. I rated I forget what I rated Tekken 8, to be honest. Obviously earlier in the stream I rated that. For Tekken 6 I'd probably say it was like like a 6.5. It's okay. I played better Tekkens. Roblox. Okay, I'm not gonna rate Roblox. I'm sure I probably have in a different stream. It's the same trophy list again. This just came out on PS5. Hollow Knight. God, we like. Maybe I should save this for like another. I don't know. You know, fuck it. We'll keep going. I'll see if I can finish out this whole. The only problem I have with this is that like, I don't mind rating, say, the Black Ops games again. Now that I have more familiarity with them, even though I don't have the platinum with them yet. These will obviously be platinum 499 and 500. And even if Big Walk happened to be like platinum 498, or if it happened to be platinum 501 or 503 or like whatever the fuck, I've played enough of the game to feel like I can accurately rate Big Walk. But the problem is whatever game I do besides it, like if I don't do Big Walk, then whatever game that ends up being is gonna be like a weird one to the fact that I will not have rated it. So I can't really rate Sam Max Season 2 because I just started it. I can rate it like thinking it's going to be similar to Season 1, but maybe there's some annoyances with the game that I don't know yet. Or maybe there's something that's like way funnier with the game, or maybe it's not as funny, or maybe pacing's really like better than the previous game, or maybe it's worse, you know, who knows. I'll go back to Hollow Knight in a second. Let's go through like some of the quicker ones here. Dreamout Parking Lots. There's a cool like narrative device with it, but it's a very short game, and I wouldn't have paid the price that it cost. It's definitely like because I played it because I got it through Press Engine. There's a gun in the Office. I liked that game a bit less, but I liked the idea of the game a lot. I just thought the execution was a little sloppy at times. More so with the endings, I guess. It was just kind of lame. But I think the concept is really cool with it. So I forget the exact what I rated them like when I initially made those videos, which are still on my YouTube. But like just going off of vibes right now, how I feel like. This is probably like a 4, and this one's probably like a 5. With just the knowledge that I did get these games for free, so like if I had paid full price, especially for some of these later, I would probably have a worse opinion of them. So, yeah, I guess I'm trying to factor that in, but like it's hard to factor that in when it's like I didn't have to worry about that personally. In terms of GTA 4. The ever-loving GTA 4 that I hate as a video game. Lost in the Dam was actually pretty fun. So I played through the entirety of that, so that's why that's like pushed up higher on the list finally. I ended up getting the Tales from Liberty City, or Episodes of Liberty City, or whatever the fuck the name of the disc is. I bought that disc. Like a used version of that disc. So we'll do Ballad to Gay Tony at some point as well. But yeah, this was cool, especially getting to see other parts of like the main story, and the story with the bikers was pretty cool, and the fighting was neat. Driving still kind of sucks, but like it's less so with the bikes because A, they're not going as quick, so you're not like you don't need to race down shit nearly as much. Ooh. Devin wants to do early Wild Arms 3. I guess we're cutting the stream short to go watch friend the stream Ryudos play the song, or play the game that all these songs are listening in the background here. So next time, okay, how do we do this real quick? I guess I should swap real quick to starting soon, and I'll say, hey, future version of John, when you eventually do this, you're leaving off on Hollow Knight. You need to do Hollow Knight, and then you need to do something after GTA 4 / There's a Gun in the Office. Okay, there you go. Thanks, Past John, for letting me know. Okay. I didn't give you VIP? Did I not? Oh, sorry about that. So you guys went back and forth quite a bit, so I missed that last one. Or, like, my brain thought you did that last one. That's my bad. Thank you for pointing that out.
Breaking my balls, Mario!
I'm sorry your balls have been broken. Anyway, that's where I left off. So next time, in terms of, like, ones to do, of course, we have, like, Big Walk, Neva, Dead Island 2, Black Ops again, because obviously I did the PS3 version way back in the day. Sleeping Dogs, I did the DLCs for PS3, so I probably won't talk much about that, but like whatever. I did one DLC for the PS3 version of Arkham City, I bought that recently. Monopoly Star Wars, obviously talked about that. Music Drive. PUBG finally fixed his trophy. Sam Max's new one. Watch Dogs is just DLC cleanup for PS3. Aliens Clone Marines had DLC. I'm in Love with Your Dead Grandmother DLC, yada yada. Anyway, there's a bunch of shit we can talk about, so that'll fill up, like, whatever. There's enough here that this can fill up, like, one more stream before I'm finally fully caught up, so that's a problem for future me. But with one last little recommendation to myself, because I know I'm going to check the end of the video. You need to redo Hollow Knight. Or not redo, you need to talk about Hollow Knight, but yeah. Time to raid out. Thanks to everyone who showed up here, including Coach Sam Chang, and for the 7 stream streak for that. Rock Protector, as well as his 50 stream streak, that was fucking nuts. The Pig Mafia, along with his raid that came in. As well as, of course, Hypnosnake was in here, Rafiki, the Platinum's Y, Horizon. Am I missing anyone? Hopefully not. Zombie? Oh, Zombie was in at the very beginning, that's right. So that's cool too. And thanks very much to the subs, of course, that seem to have gotten lost in some sort of shuffle here. But I believe... What was it? Horizon subbed for the 4 months, and then... Hey, why does it not show? It just doesn't show all the weird, like, Twitch side shit. And I think Rafiki gave a sub to him, I believe that's what it was. Oh, there it is, I see it. Yeah, Platinum, yeah. Rafiki gave a sub to Tim. It doesn't say that on the Stream Elements thing, but it said on the Twitch thing. And then Rafiki subbed himself for 8 months. Okay. Sorry, I wanted to make sure to do those shoutouts. When am I going to stream next time? I'm not sure, to be honest. It's either going to be like a, probably like Thursday, question mark? It depends on how long Sam and Max takes. Probably Thursday, though. And hopefully I'll be done with Sam Max by then. If I'm not, then I might just have to hang up my head in shame and wait until Big Walk the next Saturday before I can finally have my Platinum Or 98. Anyway, raid do. Sorry, the raid already went through. Stop stream.